And 1 year on from the Mosque attacks, many in New Zealand are still trying to recover, whether from injuries, struggles with mental health or coming to grips with living without a loved one. One Christchurch 7-year-old saw those struggles and wanted to do something to help, so he started fundraising. Our reporter Logan Church has the story.
7-year-old Conrad has become a bit of a fundraising expert over the past few years, wanting to raise money for those who have less than him.
I got the idea from Mitchai and the Chocolate Factory because Dad said that some people who don't have much food, so then I had the idea of getting some food for people.
Conrad was one of thousands of Christchurch kids who were in lockdown on March 15. That night, his parents had to try and explain what happened. Similar conversations were happening in households all over New Zealand. But as his mum Sarah explains, Conrad responded with an idea.
It was when we were talking to him about being locked down at school and how some people would be scared and frightened and why they were in lockdown at school. And he said that he'd like to do something to raise money for the mosque victims and just to promote well-being and love and being strong again.
The family puts their heads together to try and figure out what they can make and sell. They settled on metal signs.
We made some signs saying Kia kaha to make people feel strong and brave again.
They had these cut out of sheets of metal and Conrad started selling them online and at local markets.
The thought behind the Kia kaha signs was that it's one piece of metal, but actually you get two signs from it. So somewhere out there in the community, someone has the other half of the sign, so it's bringing communities closer together as well.
The family then had to decide where to send the money. They settled on New Zealand Gifts of Love and Strength. Its organiser, Vicky Ann Parker, was shocked when she saw just how much money Conrad had raised.
The family actually gave me a call and said, we're coming in, we've got a little bit of cash, we've been handing it around and some signs to give you. So they came in after Christmas and I burst into tears because this wee boy had raised $800 and that's a massive amount of money.
Conrad had managed to sell about 50 signs. That money was used to help those affected by the mosque attacks, many of whom are still struggling 1 year on.
One wee boy lost his grandfather in the mosque and sadly he's been bullied at school since the attacks as well. So being able to give him some swimming lessons has sort of brightened his day up. The woman that we've helped that's been in hospital, she is a Kiwi Muslim and she's got about 4 children, so she's a very busy mum. And the other family that we're trying to assist in a lot of ways is a family of 7 children that are actually refugees that have come here that are part of the Muslim community.
But this is not the end of Conrad's fundraising efforts. He has ambitious goals for the future.
Probably make some toys and sell for them to get some people who don't have much money eat some more stuff.
And he's also got some pretty proud parents.
Yeah, we're very proud of him.
For Checkpoint, Logan Church.
If you were listening to that story on your drive home, we'll put Logan's story up on our website and our Facebook page and you can see the signs that Conrad has been making. Now, Conrad has sold out of his signs, but we'll also put a link to Conrad's website about all his fundraising efforts. So that'll go on our webpage, rnz.co.nz.